You've probably been to a Chinese restaurant before. We all love a good egg roll or fortune cookie, but have you ever noticed the statue of a guy sitting cross-legged in a corner somewhere?
You know, the one with necklaces hung around his neck and coins at his feet. Sometimes, there's even real food sitting next to him.
That statue is Buddha, and he's really important to a lot of people.
While the Buddha may look like an idol for worship, most Buddhists don't actually think of Buddha as a god. In fact, many Buddhists don't believe in God at all. Buddha's name wasn't always Buddha either. He was born as Siddhartha Gautama over 2,500 years ago, and he was a prince from Nepal. Because Siddhartha was a prince, he was raised like a prince, which means he had a really nice home and had lots of food to eat. He lived a life of luxury and indulgence. But when he got older, he realized that his life wasn't very normal. He noticed that most of the people around him were poor and suffering.
So, Siddhartha decided to leave his life of luxury behind forever. He stopped buying nice things and moved to a secluded area, and even stopped eating food. He did this because he thought if he had nothing instead of everything, he might finally learn the meaning of life. But Siddhartha just got hungry and realized he still didn't have the answer. One day, sitting under a tree, Siddhartha had a great realization. It's better not to be rich or poor, but to live what he called the middle way. From that day on, he was known as the Buddha, which means enlightened one. He spent the rest of his life teaching people how to become enlightened. Since then, millions of people have tried to discover the meaning of life through Buddha's teachings.
So what does it look like to follow the middle way? It's mostly how you think of suffering. Buddhists believe that everyone suffers. Every person knows what it's like to get hurt, or be sad, or lose something. What's the cause of all our suffering? Our desires and attachments. In other words, if we don't want things, we won't be sad when we don't have them, and we won't miss things if we never had them to begin with. Buddha taught about a way to stop wanting things, and to therefore stop suffering. It is known as the Eightfold Path.
Buddhists believe that if they think the right way, act the right way, and concentrate on the right things, they will be able to earn enough merit to end their suffering. The end of suffering is called nirvana. Nirvana is not reached easily. It is so difficult that Buddhists believe that it will take more than one lifetime to achieve.
Some Buddhists believe that after death, people will be reborn on earth to continue on their path toward enlightenment. It might take many lifetimes for Buddhists to earn enough merit to end the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and finally enter nirvana.
Buddhism has remained mostly an Asian religion, with people practicing it in places like China, Thailand, Myanmar, and Vietnam. But like all major religions, Buddhism has begun to spread all around the world and is being embraced by people from many different cultures today.